Thanks for joining us. I'm Virginie Anne in Whitehorse. We begin in the Northwest Territories, where 3 people have died in a firefighting plane crash while responding to a wildfire. It happened last night about 50 kilometers from Fort Simpson. The authorities confirmed the fatalities today after accessing the crash site. Sarah Saint-Pierre has more.
The identities of the 3 people who lost their lives in the crash have not been confirmed by police yet. NWT Fire said in a press release it will honor them at the appropriate time and according to family wishes. Here's what authorities have shared so far. The plane went down just outside Fort Simpson. Authorities learned of the crash at about 7:30 last night and accessed the site today. The aircraft involved is known as a bird dog plane. They're typically single-engine planes that direct air traffic near a fire and coordinate the air tankers. Buffalo Airways confirmed one of their firefighting pilots is among those who passed, and that the aircraft is one of theirs in a social media post. It was deployed to a new wildfire in the Martin Hills area, about 50 kilometers from Fort Simpson. Local leadership are extending their condolences.
I want to express our deepest condolences to the families of those affected. We're extremely shocked to hear this news. Our thoughts and our prayers are with everybody grieving.
Fort Simpson Mayor Les Wright said in a statement, these heroic individuals made the ultimate sacrifice while actively protecting our community, our homes, and the lives of every resident in our area. There are no words sufficient to express the profound gratitude we owe them, nor the deep sorrow we feel at their passing. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada and the NWT Coroner's Office will lead the investigation into the crash, with the RCMP and territorial government supporting. TSB investigators are traveling to the area tomorrow, but it may take some time before we get a full picture of what happened. Sarah Saint-Pierre, CBC News, Yellowknife.
Well, the Yukon government has decided against allowing a proposed mineral exploration project in the Peel watershed. And that's after losing a court case over the matter. The Territorial Environmental Assessment Board recommended in 2022 that Silver 47's Michelle Creek project not proceed. It said Silver 47 failed to meet the baseline data requirements and that the project would adversely impact wildlife and First Nations wellness. The territory took the board to court, arguing its recommendation was deeply flawed. A judge tossed the case last year, and now the government has accepted the board recommendation and won't go ahead with the project. Well, big decision out of City Council yesterday in Yellowknife. The city is shutting down comments on its social media pages. City Council voted to approve the measure after a surge of hateful remarks on city pages. The motion implements a 6-month review process to test the effectiveness of the ban, and passing 6-1, Councillor Steve Payne was alone in opposing it as going too far.
There's a lot of other things that we could have done to mitigate any hateful speech instead of just removing comments altogether.
I think it's a balanced approach between making sure that we don't create a space as a municipality for people to say pretty vitriolic things, but at the same time making sure that we're checking ourselves and, making sure that we're taking the right approach going forward.
The city's action is part of a trend across Canada. In recent years, a growing number of cities and agencies have responded to a rise in negative posts by closing down comments on their social pages. Among them are the City of Victoria and the Office of the Governor-General of Canada. Well, Canada has a new law criminalizing the distribution of AI-generated nude deepfakes, but a Halifax woman who was made to appear naked in a photo taken from social media says it won't help her. The man who created the photo has already been acquitted. Kayla Hounsell reports.
It's too little, too late.
Too little, too late, because a new law criminalizing the sharing of nude deepfakes is coming into effect after the man who created one of her has already been acquitted.
I have felt like I have been screaming into the void for the past almost 2.5 years.
Her identity is protected by a publication ban, a According to court documents, her former high school classmate admitted taking photos of her and some other classmates from social media, using artificial intelligence to make them appear naked, then sending the images to others. He was charged with distributing intimate images without consent. In March, a Nova Scotia judge acquitted him, ruling the synthetic images did not meet the definition of intimate images as then defined in Canada's criminal code. Much that is unacceptable is not criminal, she wrote in her decision. The law does not reflect the technology that exists today.
Accordingly, the motion is adopted.
Now it does. A brand new law changes the definition of intimate images to include a visual representation that is made by any electronic or mechanical means, including by means of artificial intelligence software.
This is a change that should have been made before, but it's never too late to do the right thing.
The woman in the Halifax case says she's overjoyed others will be protected, but she says more is needed to truly help women and girls when it comes to this new crime. Experts agree.
We have suggested an independent regulator where a victim can say, I found a deepfake of me. What are my options? And then this place could provide options and also help them pursue the options.
With her criminal case closed, this woman says she's suing the man who made a deepfake of her.
This is another attempt at justice.
She's also calling for more education on deepfakes and more resources to help victims navigate the justice system. Kayla Hounsell, CBC News, Halifax.
Firefighters responded to 2 different fires at the Yellowknife dump yesterday. So these are images from the second fire, which occurred late in the afternoon. There's no word yet on what caused that fire. Firefighters say it was contained by early evening, and the first fire occurred earlier in the morning in a pile of garbage being transported by a truck. Well, Air Canada is facing questions about ticket pricing after a Montreal couple found a discounted fare that ended up costing more than their original ticket. As Sophia Harris explains, dynamic pricing can do that, but industry experts say consumers should get more transparency.
This Montreal couple thought they'd scored a deal. Just 15 hours after booking a trip with Air Canada, they learned about a new promotion. 25% off base fares. So they immediately canceled their tickets at no charge and rebooked.
I was like, oh, this is great. We'll get 25% off. Fantastic. And then, I was very quickly disappointed.
Turns out the new tickets were more expensive, even with the discount.
I was pretty angry. I was very unimpressed. I felt misled.
In an email, Air Canada said the couple's initial booking price included a 20% discount, which wasn't disclosed. But that doesn't explain why the base fare for the couple's new tickets, with a steeper 25% discount, cost almost $6 more. Not much money, but for this couple, it was a question of principle.
Like, the sale wasn't really a sale at all.
Air Canada attributed the new higher cost to dynamic pricing, a widespread industry practice where the base fare climbs in real time when there's increased demand, like during a sale.
That's dynamic pricing. The pricing will change depending on what the market demands for that, and that's legit.
But this aviation expert also says the practice leaves customers in the dark.
How you base a sale has morphed into something today that is incomprehensible to the traveling public.
There is a formula, I guess, but it's not a formula that has any transparency behind it.
This law professor says one solution is to mandate that businesses be upfront about the use of dynamic pricing during a sale.
Disclosing this could help consumers to make, I think, a more informed decision.
Canada's Competition Bureau says dynamic pricing is a legally accepted practice, but it can raise red flags if it leads to unfair competition, and that the Bureau continues to monitor its use in the country. Sophia Harris, CBC News, Toronto.
Hockey fans expect to have a big night tomorrow. The first round of the National Hockey League draft is tomorrow night in Buffalo, New York. Whitehorse local Gavin McKenna is projected to be the first player taken. And this would be a first for the Yukon and only the second time an Indigenous hockey player goes number 1. As George Morados reports, it's not so much about the team that drafts McKenna, but what the moment represents for city, a territory, and an entire country.
I want to go first overall.
It may be a historical sports moment tomorrow in the Yukon. That's because this teenager from Whitehorse, Trondoquichin citizen Gavin McKenna, is considered the best 18-year-old hockey player in the world.
What a move, Gavin McKenna! Mastery from Gavin McKenna!
It's so awesome to see, another kid from Whitehorse, and especially him and how well he's done, and get that attention that he's gotten. Be the favorite to go first overall. It's so awesome to see.
I think all signs point to Gavin.
I think he's going first for sure.
Dylan Cousins introduced the Yukon to the hockey world in 2019. That's when he was drafted 7th overall by the Buffalo Sabres. Never before had a player from the territory been selected in the first round of the National Hockey League draft, let alone in the top 10.
It was pretty special. Just to get to represent Whitehorse in the Yukon like that. And, it was really special. It meant a lot to me.
The first Indigenous hockey player to be taken number 1 was Dale McCourt, way back in 1977.
There was no correlation of being First Nations or, the job was hockey. I never, and at that time there was no reconciliation the way it is now.
I think it's a historical day for Yukon First Nations in that aspect.
Michael Tootin is well aware of McKenna's talent. He coached him when he was a child.
No comparison, really. You knew he was a special player instantly.
Growing up, McKenna always played with the older kids.
It just wasn't fair for him to be playing with the kids in his age group, so he joined us, I want to say like U8. And he would have been about 8 with our 10-year-old kids, and you would know that he was a young kid out there. It was funny. We'd go to a lot of tournaments, and a lineman would come by and who's that number 9 kid? I'm like, he's pretty good. Wait till he's old enough to be in this tournament, and they'd be pretty shocked with that too.
What was that like? You were on the bench for that phenomenal Canada games where his coming out party really. Yeah. What was that like to have a front row seat?
It was once in a lifetime for me as a coach, really, to watch it grow and blow up the way it did. I know we were at one of the first practices, and I asked one of the other players, look up the record for this tournament. He looked it up, and it was 26 or 27, and looked over at Gavin, like, you got that? He's like, yep. Before I could even finish the question, he's like, yep.
McKenna finished the tournament with 29 points in just 6 games. He got the record, one previously held by Sidney Crosby. Should McKenna go number 1, you may see more of this in Whitehorse. That's because the Maple Leafs have the number 1 pick and are widely expected to take the Yukon Star. That has Yukon fans that cheer for the Leafs fantasizing about what may come.
Oh, it's so cool for me, like to think that first is that he's going to get drafted number 1 overall. Just hard to believe or fathom that that's even possible.
I mean, it's incredible. Like growing up here, that was something that I had never considered would be possible. You hear about kids from small towns in Saskatchewan, but you didn't. Kids from small northern towns didn't make it. So it would just be absolutely incredible.
It'd be pretty cool. It'd be the Battle of Ontario, and then it'd be the Battle of the Yukon.
You almost had to pinch yourself to think, like, we finally made it here. We've talked about it for years and years, and watched this kid grow up, and watched his career just blow up. And now, like, do I have to get a Leafs jersey? Like, do I have to wear it? Like, these are all concerns that bother me every day. But, of course, wherever he goes, you're going to have, 40,000 fans from the Yukon cheering you on, whether it hurts to put that jersey on or not.
By this time tomorrow, we'll know which NHL team has drafted Gavin McKenna. Then the real work begins. Training camp in September, and then the NHL regular season starting in October. Gavin McKenna has said his goal is to be in the starting lineup for whatever team selects him. George Moratis, CBC News, Whitehorse.
Shipbuilders in Spain are rebuilding a piece of Newfoundland and Labrador history. Piece by piece, a 16th century Basque whaling ship is taking shape, uncovering a part of maritime history that was almost forgotten. It's a project that's building connections across the Atlantic and a chance for Indigenous groups in Canada to reset their relationship that first started 500 years ago. Peter Cohen has more from Spain.
Centuries of sailing history on display. It's the Maritime Festival in Pasea, the heart of Spain's Basque country. This year, the star attraction is a piece of Canadian history. The Basque people have a proud history as sailors. This festival helps keep that past alive in the present. The weather isn't ideal, but even in the pouring rain, thousands have come to see these ships.
I made a big effort to bring the weather from Newfoundland, not because of Canadians being the guest of honor.
Here we have cedar for the long pieces.
Noah Nokasak learned to build and paddle kayaks growing up in Nain on the north coast of Labrador. He's fielding questions about the traditional way Inuit traveled the ocean, but he's also learning.
The passion that the other boat builders have is quite amazing. They showed us some of their techniques and illustration, and yeah, I thought it was pretty amazing actually to learn from them as well.
The real star of this festival, it's the ship just behind him. It too has a strong Canadian connection. The San Juan is as close as you can get to stepping on a 16th century Spanish galleon. It's an almost exact replica of a ship that once sailed to Canada in search of whales. And recreating it is the dream of one man.
Hello, welcome.
Building the ship is Xavier Gotte's life's work.
Well, this is Albaola. This is Maritime Heritage Society. And this is where we build heritage value boats. We rebuild our heritage.
It's here that the San Juan came together over more than a decade. These logs now becoming yardarms. Eventually they'll hold the sails. Some of the finishing touches to get the ship ready to sail. They're building it the same way the ship was originally built 500 years ago, whenever they can.
Why is it so important to do everything authentically? When we have modern tools, we have modern techniques?
Well, because we can make modern boats. Most of them are. So this is like an encyclopedia of old technologies. You know, this is a learning process. This boat is telling us many things.
Almost any chance he gets, Agate brings up Canada.
This foremast is a tree from Newfoundland.
Oh.
Yes.
It's an important part of the San Juan's story. It sailed to what is now Canada, the coast of Labrador, in 1565, lured by the abundance of whales. The Basques were businessmen. They harpooned bowhead and right whales by the thousands, using small boats called chalupas. They brought back their oil in ships like the San Juan to sell in Europe. It was North America's first oil boom.
Well oil was the cleanest oil that they used in the past to make light because it didn't smell bad or didn't stain the walls. So the Basques were the only ones providing this oil.
This festival is the first time the public gets on board to explore the ship. Tickets sold out within hours. But before the public got a look, Agate invited us to see his life's work.
You see, every single timber that you look at is exactly like the original. Every single thing. The fastenings, the timbers, the crooked timbers as well, everything.
But this whaling industry in the San Juan was forgotten over the years, until the 1970s, when Canadian-British historian Selma Huxley Barkham started looking.
There was really a sort of blank, and it was so annoying to be told, oh well, there were fishermen, but nobody knows very much about them, you know. And so we felt, well, this is the time for looking for fishermen's documents.
Barkham moved her family from Canada first to Mexico City to learn Spanish, then to the Basque Country. She spent years looking in archives for evidence of Basque whalers. What she found rewrote the history books on both sides of the Atlantic.
What was the document that really unlocked everything?
Today, these documents live in a new archive, studied by a new generation. Her son, Michael Barkham, has continued his late mother's work.
She came across this.
It was this contract, dating back to the 1560s, that first revealed the secret of the San Juan to Selma.
Whale oil, grasas de ballena, that are now, that belong to Ramos de Borda, named the San Juan, which was lost and ran aground loaded with whale oil in the port of Buetes, which is in Terra Nova.
And so why was that key detail so important?
Well, because it gave the name of a ship, and secondly, the key in terms of locating it, it gave a port in North America.
Selma Barkham spent years in the Basque Country studying insurance contracts, wills, powers of attorney, any old document that mentioned Terra Nova, as the Basques called Newfoundland and Labrador. Her work helped identify 12 Canadian ports used by the Basque whaling ships in the 16th century. They came for the summers, but never settled.
She realized that if her research was correct, there had to be remains of this whaling industry on the south coast of Labrador. And we went up there, and sure enough, the first thing we saw were these red tiles, pieces of red tiles on the beaches. So this was clear evidence, final proof, and that was the big eureka moment.
The red roofing tiles found in Labrador are still in use in Spain today. The whalers brought them over as ballast in the ships. They covered the cauldrons where they boiled whale blubber into oil. An important clue, but the real prize sat under the cold waters of the North Atlantic, in the harbor of what is now Red Bay. In 1978, Parks Canada, led by archaeologist Robert Grenier, found the wreck of the San Juan, just the way the documents described.
It was especially well preserved, like no other 16th century ship ever found. And that was very important because the San Juan provided them with the opportunity to understand 16th century transoceanic technology.
Parks Canada spent years bringing up and documenting the San Juan, all 3,000 pieces. It gave Agote a blueprint, everything he needed to complete a lifelong dream.
We are a tiny country, that we were just a very few of us. So I'm very proud of my ancestors. I am, really. This project is highlighting that genius, and is retrieving something that we lost, The best of ourselves, it is represented by the San Juan.
As a Inuk, it's so important.
He grew up with a different culture on a different continent, but Nukasak shares that same goal.
Because the kayak was always constructed, it was never bought, and so I wanted to have more in common with the people like my ancestors who were building kayak.
What do you think it would have been like for them in their boats seeing something like the San Juan arriving on the coast of Labrador?
It would have been, I can only imagine, Inuit live a pretty isolated life. It must have been quite memorable for them, I would imagine, to see these large ships and people that speak a different language.
But what was that relationship like? The Basques wrote about the cooperation they had with indigenous people they met.
That was very, very important. The First Nations, they helped the Basque getting whales, fishing cod. Because of that, there were lots of cultural influences.
So that's a little translation of what we
Those
saw.
influences are still there today. Jack Panashwe is in Spain representing the Innu Nation. The Basques called them Montagnais. He received this hat as a gift.
It's very familiar because all our Innu women in the archives back in the 1800s, 1700s, even the 1900s, and to this day, most of the Innu women wear this hat. I asked the lady and I said, what do they wear? They were apparently sailors, and most of their women wore this hat.
What do we know about the interaction between the indigenous people that were already in Canada and these Basques?
The historical records talk about already in the early 1540s, the Basques and other Europeans who were cod fishing there at the time, establishing good relations with the Innu, who, the accounts say, they come aboard our ship and we eat and drink and exchange and barter goods.
But with other indigenous groups like the Inuit, it was hostile. 500 years later, that still affects the relationship.
Labrador Inuit.
Johannes Lamp is the president of the Inuit government in northern Labrador. He says European contact introduced alcohol and disease. He'd like to reset the relationship with an apology from the Basque Country or Spain for that impact, still felt today.
Reconciliation is an issue that is very difficult, but we have to start somewhere.
Inviting Indigenous groups from Canada as the guests of honor to this festival is a first step.
We also want to replicate, or at least retrieve, the human relationships that were established many centuries ago that you know, we've forgotten. It's important not only to the material aspect of the project, but also the immaterial one, which are relations, is culture.
Construction of the ship is almost over, but this is not the end of the story of the San Juan. In fact, one of the most difficult chapters is likely still ahead. Xavier Gauthier plans to train up a crew and sail the ship back to Canada.
This is the best gift that the Basque country ever got, ever, you know? And we are very grateful to Canada.
Before that trip, they have work to do, like finishing the ship's anchors. And they have to learn to sail it. Everything on board will be just as it was 500 years ago. The clothes, the sails, the rope, even the lack of an engine. Navigation will be using traditional instruments. But there's one part of this voyage they don't want to replicate.
How are you going to make sure that this San Juan doesn't meet the same fate as the last one?
Okay, well, many people ask me that, you know. All the ships could sink, all of them. I mean, are you familiar with the Titanic, right?
We know how that ended.
Of course, every sailor does its best, so it doesn't happen.
But whatever happens on the unforgiving North Atlantic, the true voyage is well underway, charting a new course for relationships that first started 500 years ago.
Albaola is looking forward to create awareness about the maritime past. And also our history connects us with the world.
In the end, we're all human and we're all on the ocean, so we have so much in common.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. I'm Virginiane here in Whitehorse. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night, and until then, get your news anytime on cbc.ca/north. Have a good night. Be safe out there.